ní ká sọ pé arẹ́rìn Solocard Multiventures Limited ilé ọ̀rẹ́ àgbẹ̀ ni mò ń sọ níbi kátà ojúlówó kẹ́míkà àti fatalaisa tí kìí ṣe yèèpẹ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ mi sọnù kí owó bá sọnù.
Ìwé kíkọ láìsí ọkọ àti àdá kò ì pẹ́ o, kò ì pẹ́ o. Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilé wa, ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ á máa jalè. Ìwé kíkọ láìsí ọkọ àti àdá kò ì pẹ́ o, kò ì pẹ́ o. Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilé wa, ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ á máa jalè.
A very big thank you to you, and I want to welcome you back again to our weekly episode rather on Solocard TV, sponsored by Solocard Multiventures Limited. It has been a wonderful week for us. It has been a wonderful weekend for us at Solocard Multiventures Limited because we had one of our partners that came around for the fruit exhibition. It's called the Fruit Festival. I'm sure to those that followed us on that day, if you check on our platforms, you'll see the video on our platform showcasing results from the farm using good agricultural practices. And our partners they've been doing wonderfully well. We've been getting good feedbacks from the sales of their seeds, and most of the farmers that are using their seeds, they've been giving good testimonies. And that is why at Solocard Multiventures Limited, we are actually after the farmers' profit. And that's why they call us farmers' friends. Because everything that will benefit the farmers is what we work on per day. And every time we are working on different researches, trying to put things together, we are just looking for a way to make that your agricultural business better. Because whatever we think we are looking for, whatever information we think we are getting, we bring it back to you to share across to you. Like we used to say in our episodes, we are not saying that we are the best, but we are only trying to share information across to farmers. If the little we think we know can be shared across 2 million persons, I'm very sure if those 2 million persons could benefit from that information we have, and we all work together to do more, then we'll get more information, get things done in a more better way. And that is why at Solocard Multiventures Limited, we are not just staying put to selling agricultural input for you because we want to make money, but also we want you to make money as well for buying those inputs. So many persons are just complaining, they just buy things, they don't get results from there. We don't want that to happen to any of our customers or to any of our friends or to anybody that's staying tuned to us. And that's why we created this platform to share information across to every farmer out there that is watching us, that is listening to us, that patronizes us, how you can actually do it better. And that's why on a weekly basis, if you're just joining us, we run a program on a weekly basis bringing about information on agricultural practices and how you can actually go about it, getting good results and getting the adequate information that you need. Most farms today are not succeeding because of the fact that they don't have good information. They have all the resources, but the information that they need to put the resources together, they don't have it. And as a matter of fact, they are wasting inputs and they think they are doing business in the real sense. They are not. And that's why today you see some big farms start up today. Fine, the pioneer of the farm has a very good vision, but the people managing the place, they are not well informed. Thereby, the operation seems are still going back to zero. And one day, the owner will just feel like, well, I'm not making profit on this business, let me just shut it down. That's a normal phenomenon. But the thing is this, when you have adequate information about it, you will always make profit. And like one of our episodes, we talked about something, and we said, if every person in this world will eat every day, then farmers should be the billionaire of this country. Because if you find out, if you as a farmer, you get 10 naira from 1 million persons per day, because everybody will always eat. Everybody will eat in a day. Even those people that are doing fasting, they will break their fast and they will eat something that comes from the farm. Whatever you think you are eating in your house today, you might think you are eating processed food. Yes, they all come from the farm before they've been processed. So farmers are meant to be the billionaires of this country. If you as a farmer, you have targeted of 1 million persons that patronize you every day and they buy things worth from you 10 naira per day. So invariably, you should be making 10 million naira every day. So if you're making 10 million naira every day, you know how much you make in a week? You're making how much? 70 million naira in a week. And in a month, you're talking about 300 million naira. So how come you're not rich? The thing is this, you do not have the information to actually produce the produce that the 1 million persons will buy from you to give you the 10 million naira per day. Why don't you seek for that knowledge to be able to acquire that? It's quite simple. But if you're not patient and seek for information, you will not get the result. Here at Solucat Multiventures Limited, we want you to always get the results. And that is why we are always looking for means, channels, technologies, systems, every day to get information across to you on how you can actually do it right. We are not just after you coming to buy input from us because we're going to make money from you. True. That's very true. That's why we open every day. But the thing is we want you as a person buying the input from us to also benefit from buying the input. Because when you are happy, when you're making profit, you will always come back to us. You always remember us. You always want to patronize us. And that is what we want. And that's why we are using this medium to share this information across to you on how you can actually do agricultural practices in a very more better way and a very more business way. Let me put it that way. Because the moment you understand the agribusiness of agriculture, you start making profit. And today we want to be talking about feedbacks. Over the episodes, we've been talking about how to cultivate, how to plant, how to select seed, how to raise nursery, the choice of seeds, and everything like that. Yes, we've been communicating with different persons, we visited different farms, we invited different persons, we interviewed them, asked them questions, asked them challenges. So many people have sent us mail, so many people are sending messages on WhatsApp about the challenges they have at their farm, which we have provided solutions to them. If you are just joining us on this channel, please, you can visit our platform. You see our past videos on things we've talked about. I'm very sure one of the information we have given out on that past episode will actually help your farm in some of the challenges you are facing now. I know at the moment now we have so many maize farmers at hand now. That's why most people are planting. They are planting maize, most people are planting cassava, tomatoes, pepper, cucumber, watermelon, and the likes like that. We have talked so much about these crops I just mentioned, and in some of our episodes, in fact, most of these crops were dealt with episode by episode. Visit those episodes, you will see most of these videos. Ask us questions, send us mail, send us WhatsApp messages. We will always respond to your message. We can always put through some information that you think you need. The little one we have, we can always share it across to you. Let you understand the fact that whatever challenges you think you're having in your field, some persons have actually experienced that before, and we have provided a solution to them. That particular solution might be also applicable to your farm. Because if you are actually cultivating in a very relatively region, perhaps to the persons who answered the last time, you might be experiencing the same thing, and the same solution for the person will actually work for you. So please, let's make good use of this opportunity to get information. We know over the times, most persons don't have access to good consultants. We have so many consultants out there that are consultants, but they are not. Most of them are just there to come and collect your money. They are not to consult for you. They'll just come and collect your money. They'll tell you, okay, you can do like this, do like this, do like this, do like this. The thing is this, practical knowledge, it's not bought. Practical knowledge cannot be, maybe cannot be bought over with money, or cannot be acquired with a particular thing. But when you experience it yourself, you could explain, you could give reasons, and you will see how it goes, what you did, and how you can actually get that result. And that is what we are sharing on this platform. How can you use your pesticide? How can you use your fungicide? How can you use your fertilizer? What are the challenges you're having? And the blah blah and the blah blah like that. Choice of input and the likes like that. So today we'll be dealing so much about feedbacks. Feedbacks in the sense that what are the feedbacks from the farmers? People that have been listening to us, people that have been patronizing us, people that have been asking us questions, that have been providing solutions to them. What are the feedbacks they've been giving us? And the truth be told, it has been a wonderful feedback. And that's what is keeping us going. Because if you have not been getting good feedbacks, we would have stopped this episode. We would have changed this channel. Perhaps look for other means of reaching out to farmers. But we've been getting wonderful feedbacks from farmers, talking about their tomatoes. I'm very sure on 2 or 4 different episodes we talked so much about tomatoes. We know so many persons are having problems in their tomato farm today, talking about leaf coil in their tomato farm, talking about end drought. Some farms are having bacterial weight. Some farmers are having their tomatoes, and we actually provide so many solutions to them. One of them was the farm that we talked about one time ago, about 5 hectares of tomato that was having leaf coil, and we have worms all over the farm and stuff like that. At least, to the glory of God, wonderfully, the farm is doing wonderfully well. They started harvesting, and they're harvesting very well. We have another farm at Idiroko, it's about 3 hectares of tomato too. In fact, they've been harvesting, they did their 6th harvest yesterday, and yesterday they harvested about maybe 110 baskets, that 110 crates. Each of the crates is about 25 kg, and they've been harvesting wonderfully well. I'm very sure they'll be harvesting another batch. They'll be harvesting another batch maybe by Thursday or Friday, thereabout like that. And it has been a wonderful feedback. At initial time, the farmer thought the farm is not going to work out again because he felt the place has been actually invaded. Truth be told, it was almost invaded. But when they called upon us, when we spoke to them, we asked them questions, we visited the place, and we provided solutions to them. And today they are making wonderful sales. It's as beautiful as that. We even told them on how to go about the sales, and they are making good profit from the sales, because even at the moment now, they were opportune from the market survey we asked them to do. We put them through how to do a market survey and the last like that, which they did. They complied with what we told them to do, and today they got a sales that is 1,000 naira much more than the initial sale they were trying to access before. So these are some of the things that we have shared on this episode, this platform, on how farmers could actually make profit. That is what Solucard is all about. Farmers they've been shortchanged over the times, but we don't want things like that to be happening again. If farmers will go through the stress of the field every day for 3 months to produce, why will someone sit back in his house and just take over the whole profit from the farmer? And these are the things we're trying to mitigate to the various minimum. At some point, we might not be able to eliminate them, true, but if you can minimize them, then farmers too will make profit, not people ripping off farmers. These are some of the things we want you to understand. We have some farmers too that came to complain about their plantain farms, that the plantain farm is being attacked. Plantain farm is being attacked by the grasshoppers, and some of the plantains are wilting due to some challenges. When we got there, we did some examination, we realized that there's nematode in the soil which actually affect the plantain. Though it's been in the soil for a while and it has entered the plantain in a long time, which was not observed. And then we find out that even the pests that actually attack the plantain too are making the plantain, when it start turning black. And there's one disease that affects plantain that is called the Siga virus. So those are plantain farmers. It is called the Siga virus. Where you have when your plantain start bringing out fruits, the end of the plantain becomes very black. It becomes very burnt, as if when you put a lighter on a cigarette. When you're done, to those that smoke, when you're done smoking, you know how the edge of the cigarette looks like. It is burnt. The same thing is the same applicable to this plantain. That's why it is called Siga virus. So we provided a solution to that farm, and today you need to see their harvest doing wonderfully well. They have harvested a lot of batches, and in fact the farmer is really happy. And we must comment that we are not taking the glory, but we thank God for the opportunity that we have to share information across to farmers like that. And so many farms today, we have a particular farm too that they have some attack on their cocoa farm, and then we provided solutions to them. We told them what they need to do, how to go about it, and today their cocoa is looking extremely fresh, as if we just planted them. These are some of the things that we have experienced. We have some farmers too that have problem with their cucumber. That when they're harvesting their cucumber, number one, some of them are bending, some of them they've been eaten up by worms, and some of the leaves are just changing color and like that. That was the person's first time anyway. These are general things that affect cucumber. We told the person how to go about it, and I tell you, the person did a very great harvest just this past week, and the person was very happy. Now the person is planning to go after he's done with this cycle, he wants to run another cycle. These are some of the things that we want to be happening to our farmers. We want our farmers to be happy, to be making profit, such that they can always come back to do more. Like the person that just finished, that is doing the cucumber, for instance, now, Now he is planning to expand his farm by 2 more plots. Being a first timer, he did 4 plots before. Now he wants to make it a full acre. And he said after this cycle, he's trying to work on another land so he can make it 2 acres. He's trying to expand gradually because he's getting to understand the concept, how he can actually run it, and how he can actually take care of the farm, and how he can actually make profit. We are not saying you cannot do maybe 10 acres of cucumber, 20 acres of cucumber, 50 or 100 acres of cucumber. Yes, there are farms like that. But the thing is if you don't understand the concept of running a particular crop from start to finish, and you want to start like 10 acres at once, it will be a great loss. We have so many farms that that they've not done cucumber before, and they start with 20 acres. I tell you, at the end of the whole cycle, the harvest they got from there was not up to the harvest of an acre, because they did not know much about it. They felt one of their friends, according to them, they said one of their friends did cucumber, and he did an acre, and they made about profit of about maybe 400,000 or something like that, according to them. And they were looking at the multiplier effect. If they can do 20 acres, then they can get almost maybe 8 million naira. It doesn't work that way. You need to understand how to go about it. And in their own case, they didn't even find out, they didn't even ask questions about the person, they didn't even go and study what the person did differently, how the person did it to actually achieve that result, what did the person use. They just felt that the person just planted and planted. What they went to do is they cleared 20 acres of land, they just bought it and planted it. No staking, no fertilizer, no spraying of chemicals. Pests took over the farm, fungi was dealing with the farm seriously, and the farm was lacking nutrients. If they have asked questions, they will know that cucumber is an heavy feeder, which requires nutrients and a very large proportion, much more than other crops. They believe it's just like a normal way they've been planting cassava and maize, but the reverse is the case. Cucumber will require much more nutrient than every other crop. Cucumber will require water much more than every other crop. But if you don't know, you will think it's just the same process, and you just go about doing it ordinarily, and you not make profit. So many persons that have dabbled into cucumber business have run in and they ran out, simply because of they did not ask the appropriate questions. Most of them ran into it, they will start asking questions when it's almost late. At the end of the day, they got their fingers burnt. Resources were wasted. Funds were lost. We don't want things like this to happen. So many farms today are falling victim of so many persons that claim that they are consultants, they know about these things, and they will just give them, fine, we're going to bring money, we'll do it for you, we know about it. But the truth is this, even when you want to invest as an investor, you need to know what and what is a process. We know we have some other big persons out there that are very busy. You have passion for agriculture, but you cannot stay there. Yes, we know. You can get a manager, whatever. But whatever it is, we always want you to know that it is good you have basic knowledge about that particular thing your manager is actually handling for you. So that when you request for reports, pictures, video, you will know if the farm is okay. There was a farm we visited at Shagam. The owner is not on the field. Someone was managing the field. Now the manager keeps sending videos of the field, that the field is fine, the field is fine, the field is fine. But you know, because of the owner also does not know whether the field is fine or is not fine. He believes the field is fine. So one day, the owner just asked us to please visit the farm for him. That let's see whether the field is actually fine, like the manager said, since he doesn't know anything about it. And when we got there, we realized that white flies is gradually dominating the field. We have worms already boring into the cucumbers. Thereby, they are going to lose 40% of their harvest. We have thrift all over the farm. So cucumber farmers, you know what this means. When you have white flies all over a cucumber farm, when you have thrift all over a cucumber farm, you know that the cucumber is almost off. So when we got there, we realized these things, and we discovered a lot of abortion due to the result of this tree. Almost every flower that should give them food is aborting on a daily basis. But simply because the leaf is still looking green, the manager said the field is green, the field is still okay, the field is still okay. Now, if not for the immediate intervention that they had to take care of the field properly, that we had to chase out all the white flies, we have to chase out all the thrift, we have to take control of the worms, and that was why they were able to get good harvests reasonably. And thank God we went in at that time, that the farm would have been ruined totally. They had good harvest and it was wonderful, it was wholesome, because we did the setup for them. and they have a good result. And this is some of the things that we want you to know. Even as an investor, you own a farm, you're setting up a farm, you are not around. To our customers in diaspora, it is always good you have first-hand information about these things you are spending money on. Thereby, if it's not doing fine, when they send you pictures, your farm manager might be so good that he's good in sending you pictures and videos. But the truth is this, if you don't know about it, whatever video he sends to you, you will think it's fine. But in the reason, there might be trouble. And that's most of the time when people complain to us, like, send us video and picture of the farm. We know about these things. When we see those pictures and video, we will tell you that these things are not fine in the real sense. You might think the leaf is green. The leaf of every crop being green is not always true. It's always a positive result that the farm is fine. There might be some challenges within that will not manifest until the farm is totally ruined. To maize farmers, there are a particular farm that we visited some time ago, about 270 acres of maize. The man is not around. The manager was good at sending pictures, but worms were almost taking over the whole farm. As at the time we visited the farm, the worms are taking over 60% of the maize farm. But this manager, as good as he is, he takes videos just of a particular area and sends to this man almost every week. Just a particular area. Little did you know that almost 60% of the field from the back is totally destroyed. When we got there, we took time to walk within the farm. Though we didn't walk the whole farm, but at least we checked almost all the four corners and we checked within the middle of the farm. And that's how we discovered these things. Caterpillars all over the farm. If you imagine 270 acres of maize farm, let's do the mathematics. How many tons do you think that person will be expecting? You know the value. Now imagine 60% of that value is already gone even before the harvest date. The remaining 40%, post-harvest loss might take 10%. Remaining 30%, what is the value of that 30% compared to the input they have put in place, workers working on that field, expenses over the period of 70 days or 80 days as the case may be. And this is one of the challenges we are having with some farmers and farm owners today. We don't want such things to be happening again, and that is why we are creating this platform to regularly let people know that they need to do what they need to do. Number one, find out about that crop. Number two, ask questions from people that know about these things. Let them give you an information. These things are like this and that. Most of the time, what happens to most people is this. When you talk to people that can give you information about it and they tell you, sir, yes, I can provide this information for you. I can actually run a kind of a 2 hours lecture with you, or 3 hours or 4 hours lecture with you on how you can understand almost all these things. But you pay me 100,000. Most people are like, why will I pay you 100,000? Just to tell me, like, don't worry, I know about it. They walk away. They fail to understand the fact that they are walking away from 100,000 naira to go and lose almost 100 million. And that is one thing that's happening to most of our farms today. Most of the persons that have invested in this, they were like, I can't give 50,000 naira, it's too much. Don't worry, I understand it, I know about it. Don't worry, you can go. They end up wasting 50 million because of 50,000 naira. That is not business. If you're trying to save 50,000 naira because you're saving 50,000 naira and you lost 50 million, that's a very great loss. Most farms, when we did farm evaluations for them, we realized the fact that the excess things they bought, which they never need, is enough to be their profit for that particular cycle. But they wasted the money on buying unnecessary things that would never be valuable to them on the farm. But because someone told them, buy this one, buy this one, buy this one, they went ahead and buy everything. Now, do not forget, in business, when your capital is too, it can never meet up. So if you can make everything as much as possible moderately, that you don't spend too much on your capital, then you always get profit. And that's why most farms, they will always say they did not make profit. In the recent, they made profit, but they lost the profits to excess buying. They lost the profit to unnecessary things that they paid for, which should serve as a profit. Thereby, they lost the whole money, and that's how the rat race will keep continuing when they are making profit. But unknown to them, they are also only wasting their profit. So this is some of the things people are experiencing, and we at Solocat Multiventures Limited, we want to always bring to your notice. Time will not permit us to start explaining most of these things to details to you here, But we feel the little time we can actually spend online with you people here, we can actually let you understand the fact that we can pass a message across to you in a very little way we can do. At least this will spur you up to actually find out, ask questions, and that's how we have our numbers displayed on the screen. Our WhatsApp number is there, our email address is there. Send us messages. We can always respond to you basically. But when you need some details, information, something like that, contact us. We can always provide services to you. If we cannot provide to you, we can always make reference to people that will provide the same service to you, and will save you of wasting your investment. We don't want such to be happening again. We want all farmers to be making money. If only you can understand the concept of agribusiness, you will always see agriculture as a venture that you will always make profit. But if you don't know how to go about it, you will never make profit. Once again, I want to say a very big thank you to you for staying to us today. At Solucard Multiventures Limited, we want to tell you that we are always here to provide solutions to whatever challenges you experience on your farm. But if only you can get us online, talk to us, send us mail, call us, send us WhatsApp messages, we will always try in our own little way, provide solutions for you to make profits. And that's why we are here. We are not just trying to sell produce to you. We sell everything that you need on your farm. True. We sell almost everything. But we want you to make profit from those things you are buying as well too. And that's why we are going out our time to do this to you, to send messages across to you, to get information across to you. Because we cannot be calling everybody one by one and be asking them questions. But when you ask us questions, we can always get back to you. Thank you very much once again for staying tuned to us this week, and for being our friend, for being our customer, and for being a very good farmer. We want you to always make profit, and that is why we are here to share information across to you. So we'll see next week again. That thing you think you're doing on your field, the crop you're cultivating, the practices you're going about, there are better ways you can do it to make more profit than you've been making before. Ask questions about it, and we will always be there to answer you. Thank you very much once again for staying to this program. And my name is Mark Oluwafemi for Solucard TV. Thank you.
Bàbá Sídí, ọ̀rẹ́ mi, níbi táyé lajú dé yìí ló tún roko àrògbá kéèké.
Wọ́n rò ó ti sú mi, mo ti fi kó tó ẹ̀mẹ́ta lọ́dún
yìí. Níbo ló ti wá ra kẹ́míkà tiẹ̀?
A ní lọ́dọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n máa ń to kẹ́míkà sí ẹ̀gbẹ́ títì ibẹ̀ mo rà.
Ọmọ ṣe o, àgbárí bíjà tòtò kí o tò.
Kàṣà.
Sórí, o ti gbọ́n pa Sólókáàdì ń tiẹ̀. Sólókáàdì nìkan ní ta ojúlówó kẹ́míkà. Tó o bá dọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀ kò sírú kẹ́míkà tó wá tó rí. Kí ni jẹ́ èpò níwájú kẹ́míkà Sólókáàdì?
Ṣé lóòótọ́
ni?
Ṣé lóòótọ́?
Òótọ́ ni mo sọ fún ọ. Wo,
ṣé lọ ọ̀rẹ́?